My daughter, please. I'm thirsty. Can I have some water? Ruth didn't hesitate. She reached into her cooler and took out one bottle of water, handed the water to the man and smiled. Here, Papa, drink slowly, it's cold. The man took it with both hands like it was gold. He drank. The water dribbled slightly down his chin as he gulped down more than half in seconds. Join me as we dive into this powerful story. The sun showed no mercy that Thursday afternoon. It hovered directly above the city, like a punishing god. But Ruth was sitting at turning point of Durojaye Street, sitting on an old plastic stool under the skeletal shadow of a worn-out umbrella that had lost its purpose years ago. She had been there for over 2 hours. The large cooler beside her, once filled to the brim with neatly packed bottles of cold water, not a single customer had bought from her today. Still, Ruth smiled. She adjusted the edge of her scarf, wiped the sweat running down her neck, and hummed a tune her grandmother used to sing when she was younger. It was her way of surviving the silence, the loneliness of sitting under the sun with nothing but passing glances and pitying looks. Suddenly, a voice broke her thoughts, a weak, trembling voice. My daughter, please, I'm thirsty. Can I have some water? Ruth looked up quickly. The man standing in front of her looked like he had walked through 5 deserts. His shirt, torn at the sleeves, hung loosely over his bony frame. Dust caked his skin and hair, and his sandals were nearly falling apart. His hands trembled slightly as he held out a hand, not with force, but with the gentleness of someone who had stopped hoping long ago. She didn't hesitate. She reached into her cooler and brought out one bottle of water. It was meant to be sold, of course. That was her business, her livelihood. But none of that mattered at that moment. She handed the water to the man and smiled. Here, Papa. Drink slowly, it's cold. The man took it with both hands like it was gold. He drank. The water dribbled slightly down his chin as he gulped down more than half in seconds. Then he paused, breathing heavily, and looked at her. God bless you, my daughter. May you never lack. Amen, Ruth replied with a soft smile. He sat beside her, his back bent, and sighed. You've been sitting here for a long time. Ruth chuckled. Yes, almost 3 hours now. And no one has bought? She shook her head. Not today, but maybe soon. The old man turned his head and studied her. She looked no older than 23. Her clothes were simple, clean, but old. A long yellow skirt and a faded pink top. Her scarf barely covered her tightly braided hair, and her hands looked like they had seen years of hard work. But her smile was gentle and filled with strength. What's your name, my child? Ruth. He nodded. That's a beautiful name. I'm Charles. Nice to meet you, Papa Charles. There was a moment of silence between them, as the wind briefly blew through the trees nearby. A little relief from the heat. You live around here? He asked. Yes, she answered. I live in the next street. It's about 25 minutes away. I come here every morning with my cooler. That's not easy, he said. Ruth gave a dry laugh. Nothing about my life has been easy, Papa. And then, almost like something in her needed to be heard, she spoke. I never met my parents, not even once. I grew up with my grandmother in a small village. She looked down at her hands. She died 5 years ago. After that, I tried to keep going, but life got even harder. So I came to the city hoping to find work. I only finished secondary school, so no one wanted to hire me for anything serious. I applied everywhere, Papa. Banks, shops, hotels. Even tried to be a waitress. Nothing. Charles listened quietly, the bottle of water now half empty in his hand.